Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. I am back here in Pelargir, where I am with Mondon, who asked me to find some swords, right?
I see you had more success with the weapon gathering than I did.
Ah, yes, you had success indeed. These folk were fortunate I was here to see to their wounds. I know the plan is for us to leave the city, and it is important for us to do so, but we should try to help as many people here as we can. I will put these weapons into a barrel and ask um, Calorant where he wants it brought. But you should return to Longlass and tell him that I will be on short rations for the rest of the journey. I wish to give a portion of my provisions to some of the families and the attack from Umbar hit hardest. Alright. Hmm. Alright. Well, let's go and report. I have collected the weapons.
I hope the task was not too onerous for you.
Hmm. I sent Mandan with Current in hopes that my young friend would be able to keep Mandan in line, but it seems he's still trying to peddle those salves and poultices of his. During our stay in Enidwaith, most of us looked forward to his excursions into the coombe seeking herbs, because it meant a respite from his sales speak. He would inevitably return with more flowers and roots to add to his concoctions, but aside from worsening the smell, I dare say they did not otherwise affect their properties. Thank you for completing this task for him, my friend. Okay, so he's not impressed with those poultices then. Well, then this is the one for. Hmm. Oh, Voices of the Past. So this is the one that relates to Golidir, maybe?
If we stay true to each other, we have nothing to fear.
Did you find Halbrad? Were you able to help him with whatever he was needed? Hmm. I think we are doing fine for the most part. We have been through a great deal already, and there is more hardship ahead. But if we stay true to each other, there's nothing we need to fear. We've lost friends along the way and brothers, but our memories of them give us the strength to go on. If I close my eyes, I can still hear the voices, and they urge me to stand with Aragorn and honor my pledge. And one day you will buy Roddenir and Darvin and me a meal and drinks, and we shall all toast the successful journey of the Grey Company. Oh, yes, I told Darvin about our agreement once this was all done. I didn't think that you would mind. At this rate, I'll be buying drinks for the entire Grey Company when the time comes, assuming that we all survive. All right, now we have. Oh, yeah, the Lothran deer. Yes, who is definitely in need of a rest.
Thank you. Asking for help does not come naturally to me.
And I beg your forgiveness for my asking you for help. I hope to regain my strength before long, like before the battle. And this weakness and fatigue pains me more than any of the injuries I sustained in Saramon's care. Not too sure the word care is appropriate, but okay. And then finally, we have, oh, yes, of course, the secret knowledge of the maps along the Anduin, yes.
Thank you for finding the maps and helping with all these matters.
I share Farron's concerns, and I spoke with Aragorn about this very matter while you were in the city. It has been his plan all along to keep secret the standard that Halbred holds for him. I think he's not yet decided when to fly the standard, for it will be a message to both the enemy and our allies that cannot be easily taken back. Can it? Thank you for finding the maps, my friend, and for helping with these matters. We will have many ships ready to sail sooner and safer than I expected. Well, then, that's good to hear. Now, I believe it's time for us to speak with Aragorn here. Or is it Thranduil? Or is it Elessar? Or is it Strider? Or, Or is it any of the other names I think I've heard from? Were there any other names that I missed? We'll have to find out at some point.
I will soon depart on the ships, but I have another purpose for you.
I ask that you help prepare the ships in haste, but I did not expect such speed even from you, Pineleaf. I thank you for your efforts and know that we are put in the best position we can for a result. I have given some thought about the next request, and I hope you agree with this. I don't ask you to accompany me on the ships. Instead, I ask you to travel by land through Upper Lebanon and Losanark. We must learn the state of the war in the east. The Vale of Turnalin and the town of Imlothmelu has strong walls of old, and we use this place as a safety for the people in times of war. The people there will tell you much of what has transpired elsewhere in Gondor. Angbor will go that way as well, with his men, and will be a boon companion as you go. I have another purpose for you too. I want you to find Gandalf or true-hearted Faramir in Minas Tirith, and tell them of our victory here. Tell no others. In Faramir I placed a trust I could not give to his father. There is not much I do not know about the situation in the White City. Very well, I will first talk to Ogbor in the camp of the Great Host. Alright. And what else have we got here? We can delay no longer, my friend. My men and I must make our way to the east, to the aid of Minas Tirith. Many of our number shall sail upon the ships that survived the battle of Peligir, but none are to know of this. You must swear to me that you shall tell none of our passing up river. Lord Angbor shall travel overland, and I would ask that you join his host as he passes through Upper Lebanon and Losanar. Meet him and his men in Peligir near the easternmost gate. I shall need every able warrior I can muster for the coming battle. May your journey be swift. Well, we'll see how swift that is. And here is Angbor. So here I need to speak to Angbor in the camp of the Grey Host, and then the other quest has me talking to Angbor at the eastern gates of Pelargir, which I guess he's going to make a swift run for that location as soon as I finish talking to him here.
I have heard a great deal about you, and I welcome you as a companion.
I welcome you. If you are half as brave and skilled as Aragorn tells me, we shall have no trouble at all. Well, at the very least, I guess I am half the size he probably told you, right? Yeah. Oh, let's see. I guess we'll take the essence of morale.
I have 4,000 men with me, and they will travel behind us.
I suppose then that we don't have room for another 4,000 in the ships. Before he departed for Minas Tirith, Prince Imrahil charged me with the defense of the fiefs that he left behind. I accepted this duty, knowing it might be in death, and left my son to protect my own lands. I engaged the Corsairs and Southrons of the city of Leinhir, but we were heavily outnumbered, and our defeat seemed certain. And then a new force joined in the fray, a vast army of shadows from the forbidden paths under the mountains. They were dead men, and they brought death with them, silent and sure. My men cast aside their weapons and fled, but I stood my ground, and when I saw the banner of he who led them, I was glad, for it was Aragorn, and he rode neath the standard of the king. Fearless, he called me, but what man can be afraid when a king has returned to a kingdom that needs him? I have 4,000 men with me, and they will travel behind us. It will be slow going for them, so we will ride ahead and see what awaits them. Let us find the Southrons in Upper Lebanon and clear the way for their swords. Then we will come to the Vale of Turnlin and see the state of the war. So I need to defeat Haradrim in Upper Lebanon. After, of course, I talk to him at the Eastern Gates, which is where I'll head off now. It appears that Faltharon wishes to speak with me before I speak with Angbor again. Hello there.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
All the plans are set, and we're finally ready to set our matters into motion. Pelargir is a city that deserves to be restored to its former glory. With that, we will need to preserve its people, as well as its bloodline. We can't protect everyone from the storm that has arrived, but we can try to steer them away from it. I understand that my family wishes to speak before your departure. Will you accompany Pineleaf? Alright, I guess I will do so. It is now time to say farewell to Pelargir.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Here we stand, Pineleaf. The sky grows bleak every day, and the ships represent symbols of hope for our city. I intend to have my mother and siblings aboard these ships before they depart, and will see to the matters personally. Like yourself, they have been valuable allies in maintaining stability over the city as we played host. I only wish that someday the fighting will end, and we can return to rebuild this place. I am told that everything is in order. Shall we speak with my family? All right. I guess we could do that. Maybe at a more leisurely place at the rate he's going. Well, there is Serial. Oh, actually, I missed his mother first. The ship is almost ready to depart, Mother. Do not fret. There are still many places. You fine, Father. I wish to be on it, my son. I shall do my best to honor his traditions. Yeah, I will be on it, my son. The city is yours, but there's nary a thing left for me. Just remember what I taught you. Okay, that's right. Okay, now here's Serial. Serial, my wonderful sister, are you ready to set sail? I do not wish to go, but I understand why. Even still, promise me that you will keep looking for Father. Our Father is still out there. Then I shall find him. If he's out there, yes. Of course. There you go. And now there is one more. These vessels will sail towards peaceful waters, and for that I'm relieved.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
I wonder what will come of this. Will people return to the city someday, or will they try to make their lives elsewhere? Many of us are too old to begin anew. The guards seem to have everything in order. I think we will depart from here. All right, so long. We can only hope that all goes well with them.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
And so the ship has left our gates to make way towards the western coast. It had to be done, Pineleaf, for I can't guarantee their safety here, nor my own. Hopefully, it will reach Dol Amroth without incident. I would only expect to set my mind to rest once we have heard word from them, but until that day comes, I must carry on my duties. As you need. What, you have something else for me to do? I thought it was going to be my farewell also.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Sorry, Pineleaf, but I heard rumors which are unsettling. It is believed that the Corsairs were let into the city by someone from within. I don't not know who would have done this, though I've heard the name of every captain and noble thrown around, including myself. I want to deal with this, Pineleaf. You and Thrandor are the only two I can trust with this matter, so I would ask that you seek counsel with him. Okay, Thrandor. All right, I will look for Thrandor and see what he has to say about this. Hello there. I am helping Fonthal with an investigation on the gates.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Yes, it is most perplexing, Pineleaf. Despite the havoc they wrought, the Corsairs seemed able to take the city without much resistance. My men were not able to find anything of note at the eastern river gate, but I suspect that we may find something at one of the other gates. Certainly, if the gates were opened, then it probably would have happened with more than just that one. I would ask that you start with the eastern river gate and make sure to not overlook anything too small. Well, don't worry. I'm an expert in noticing things that are small. Let's see if there's anything down here at the eastern sea gate. Hold on. A stray note on the ground. What's on here? Oh, hold on. Oh, you made a mistake coming here. Well, really, you made a mistake attacking me. That's what I gotta say. Really, just say, I just here noticed a note here that might be useful information, and then you come and attack me. Rude! I found a note over there.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
These orders bear the seal of Sirgon? That can't be. It would seem that the lordship itself is responsible for the fall of the city. I know Falathrum too well to think that he would have a hand in this, but I am almost too afraid to ask. Those men who tried to attack you are part of a large group. They've made the East Gate their own personal haven. Why would they want these orders has me concerned. Interesting. Most interesting. What do we do about it? Oh, good grief.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Not every person who's held out against the Corsair siege was an upstanding person. Many were in fact thieves and brigands who banded together in the face of a larger threat. Ever since the city was retaken, they've done nothing but harass, threaten, and harm anyone who crosses their path. Because they've been encroaching so deeply into the city, I'm wondering if you might be able to send them a message that we will not be pushed around. Alright, so get rid of some city toughs and scoundrels. Got it? And?
There's naught but ill omens these days.
After the battle, we noticed that some of our supply caches have begun to mysteriously dwindle. We've traced them back to the group of ruffians who have taken shelter in an abandoned part of the East Garth. I cannot tell you how many brave souls gave everything to protect the city, and this criminal element seeks to profit from it. We will ask that you bring back any supplies that you might find in there. So collect stolen supplies, right?
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Every group has men who know about all sorts of rumors and gossip. These ruffians are some of the only witnesses left of the fall of the city, and I'm sure that one of them knows something about where my brother is hiding. If you can enter the abandoned district that's located in the East Garth of Peligir, I'm sure you will find someone who has more information. They might not hand it over right away, but I suspect you could remedy that problem. Alright, I shall go back to the seek, it's in, into the place where all those criminals are, and see if I can talk some sense into them while I get those supplies back. This appears to be the rough part of the city where the toughs are located. We'll need to deal with a few of them and send them a message to stay out of the main part of the city and also recover a few supplies. Yep. And while we're doing it, we need to have a look for a leader, and perhaps we could have some knowledge from this? Really? You saw me what I did to your friend there, and then maybe she's attacking me because he was her friend. Well, that's always another possibility. Ooh, a treasure cache. Have I found one of these yet, or is that my first one? Well, certainly my first one in Central Gondor. Maybe I found one in Western Gondor and just forgot about it. So, nothing useful in there. Oh, a tattered piece of parchment. Well, might as well grab this while I'm here. That's 6 of 8 there. And here is the leader. I know, that's right. Yeah, let's grab the supplies first, then talk to him. I'm sure that'll really set off a great impression.
This is intolerable.
Ah, so the fancy lord sends his little stooge to parley. Who are you calling little? You're making me laugh. Sure, I know where your precious little noble is hiding out, but I ain't saying a thing unless your price is right. Oh, you didn't come here to bargain? Guess we'll have to settle this the only other way. Uh-huh, and what's the only other way? A pretty noble is under our guard, and you would do well to scram. Well, you could scram yourself. Scriminy scram. All right, you can have the traitor. Just leave me out of this petty squabble. The traitor? Uh-oh. It appears as they have the Lord under guard.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
So that's where he's hiding. I can only imagine what will go through his head when he realizes how easily these curs sold him out for nothing. I guess even traitors can't buy loyalty. We will need to make preparations if we are to apprehend him. I shall offer my counsel to Faltharan, and I hope that he accepts it. I thank you for your service to the city, Pineleaf. Right? And I've got the belongings back.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Well done, Pineleaf. It might not seem much, but every bit will aid us in the war effort. We shall need to gather as much as we will be able for the march forward. Hopefully, this sends a message to those thieves that we can take inventory of what is available without worrying about anything else going missing. And I dealt with some of the thieves.
There's naught
Yes.
but ill omens these days.
Now, what are we going to do about the news we've gathered so far? We have to find that out in the next episode of Complete Pineleaf.